Hi, it's Candy with the Art of Planning. And instead of doing Art of Planning so much I'm going to do the Art of Inspiration, because this is totally inspired by a video that I saw on YouTube. And let me tell you, everybody, I'm working totally backwards from how I usually do it. So if things seem a little bit weird, it's because they are a little bit weird. So what I'm going to show you today is these pockets. And these pockets can be used for your planners. They can be used in your Bibles. They can be used in your journal. I love pockets. Whenever I do things, I love pockets in everything. So here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you several that I did after the inspiration and that I was inspired by. Let me tell you, it's the Firefly Studio 67. I will put a link in this video so you can watch the video that I watched. It's also inspired by a lot of comments and requests that you guys put on my videos, and it was also inspired by a little cleaning that I did. I'm trying to rearrange the studio and clean it a little bit, but you guys also know I've told you that I've been kind of trying to do a no spend just because my studio is jam-packed with things. And when I was cleaning the other day, I'll show you in a minute what I stumbled upon, and it was after I watched the video and I went, oh my gosh, I think I can do things like this. So, okay, here's pockets. These are, I'd finished a Tim Holtz project. These are with Tim Holtz papers. So, here's your pocket on this one. And I can't look in my viewfinder like I could before, so it's on the other side of the camera. So here's one of the pockets. Here's another pocket. I put a little tag in it. So I did these first. Here's what really came with the inspiration. You'll recognize if you watch the other video. They're not totally done like hers. They were inspired by. I think in any case, in any style of planner, any style of journal, in the Bible, you can never go wrong with your book pages and brown craft paper. So there's one totally inspired. Here's another totally inspired. Okay, I'm going to show you, get ready. My husband just got home, pulled up in the back, and my dog's going to want to go out of the studio and with him. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to. I always work on wax paper. I feel like it protects anything. So, yep, hear the dog? I'm going to get up and let him out. If you have any leftover journaling note cards, I overbought on this particular line whenever I worked with it. So I had a lot left, and I stumbled upon these after I had watched the video the other day. So I pulled those. I thought, I think these might be able to work. I'll keep checking this, so I'll get used to this because I think it'll work. Okay, bear with me, please. So, this journal card is 4x6. This journal card is 3x4. Okay? So, I pulled those. I'm going to let the puppy out real quick. I grabbed both of those. Then, here's where we went after that. I pulled the full card just so you could see. And then what we want to do after you pull the full card, to get to one of these, you're going to want to cut it down to tried to have this all in line, like, you know, whenever you're watching the Food Network and they try to go from this to this to this, they have it all in line. So the larger card, the 4x6, you're going to want to cut it down to a 3.5x5. Or, of course, you can do whatever size you want, but what I was doing is cutting it down to a 3.5x5 on the larger one. The smaller one cut it down to a 3 1/4 by 2 3/8. Okay, 3 1/2 by 5 to a 3 1/4. No, 3 1/2 by 5 to 3 1/4 by 2 3/8. And then this is what that will look like. I'm going to turn it over like this. So your pocket size is going to show a little bit on either side. Now you don't have to do that if you don't want. You could make it just fit exactly if you wanted. If you want a little bit of that background pocket to show, this is what you would do. Which I think is pretty cool, especially when you're using the dictionary in the background. Okay, now to achieve this, that's when you go to finding a page out of your dictionary or a book. Any sort of a book will work. Give you that print background. And I cut off the outside edge and the inside edge and the extra top. So you're real easy. It's real easy to get that on the background. Okay? So let's jump in here and put it on the background real quickly, okay? We're just going to glue this. Use whatever kind of glue you want. Okay, and you've got this pretty much figured out how you want it. So this is going to be backwards for me, guys. I'm going to have to take it over here for just a second. Line it up, press it down, and then give it a quick trim. Okay, so there you go. So now the back looks like the back of this, okay? Okay, there's your back card. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? Now we're going to take this, which is going to be your pocket, and you can cover it with anything that you want to cover it with. I had done this a long time ago. And when I looked at this, I thought, oh, that would be perfect, except I wanted it to be black. If you'll notice here, I had this done in black. And this was just a little scrap I had left. So, because I wanted more, I got some more paper. And at Christmas time, I had a lot of stuff from Hobby Lobby. And it was packed in this brown craft, and the weight of it was incredible. So I kind of folded it up and kept it back with some of my other paper. So I pulled it out yesterday. I mean, the weight is wonderful. I pulled it out yesterday, I got this stamp, and I just inked this stamp with black ink. It was a Ranger Archival ink. I was looking to see if it was still on my desk, but I cleaned up a little after myself. So I just inked and stamped, and inked and stamped, and inked and stamped, and inked and stamped. So I would be good to go. And then what I do is I just put the size that I have right there, and I just kind of tear it off. So I'll kind of have kind of the right size to work with. And again, I liked the black ink against the black background, as opposed to the brown that I showed you I had already done. And so this is just going to go on here. Now, in the first few that I did use this sewing machine. I don't use my sewing machine a lot. I think it looks real neat, but it takes up a lot of room, and I just don't use it a lot. But I will show you and see if you can see. In this one that I did, don't know if you can see, before I put it on, I zigzagged this edge of the pocket, just strictly for looks. Then, after I had decorated it with a straight stitch, I stitched the outside edge, the bottom, and the other outside edge. And I did several of those with stitching. However, your other option is to take any kind of glue. You could use your glue stick. You could use this art glitter glue. You could use the double-sided tape. Well, we got lucky there. I did not try this glue before I started filming. You could run a bead on your 3 sides. Put that down, and you're good to go. And you've got your pocket there. Now, I've rounded the corners up here. Or maybe I didn't round it. Yeah, I did, because I had to trim this card down. And after I trimmed the card down, I rounded those corners. And just so we would be a little ahead in this video, I had picked out some things to embellish it with. I happen to have a lot of the ephemera cards from this line also, from these things. I told you I overbought on these, and I'm sure none of y'all do that, right? But you might just have a group of things you can work with too, all from the same family. I don't know. I did happen to. But I do know that I have a lot of things I haven't used, and with a little bit of imagination, I can use things in a brand new fun way, and this is a great way to make some cards. Again, okay, now I'm going to show you how I've been using up something else that I have. I have got this burlap ribbon, and I have really been liking using this on some things also. So what I do is figure out an amount that I think I'm going to want to use, and I cut it down. So it comes off like this. I very seldom need that width for anything. However, this cuts in half so nice, and then it frays real well. I keep standing up hoping that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to move in a little closer, I think. Can you guys see okay? I have a new tripod, and it means, again, working from the other side. Okay, so I'm going to run this across the bottom here, but I want some fraying. So after I cut it in half, I just go in there like this, and I fray the top of it. However much I think I want. So I think I want that. And then I think I'm going to put that at the bottom. And I think I'm going to put this guy right there. And then I think that I wish I knew where the top of my glue stick was, but I'll find that later. And then I think I'm going to put the word wonder right along here someplace. Okay, our time is up, and my camera will shut off just real quickly. The last thing I would do, just for your information, is I would distress the edges of it with the stamp pad. I would distress these, and I would distress the edges of this so that it would end up looking more like that. But then you will have yourself a pocket, and you'll have a place to stick any sort of little things you know you need. Any little notes, absolutely anything. So you got yourself a pocket for your planner, you got yourself a pocket for your journal, you got yourself a pocket for your Bible, and you can be ready and good to go. You can make half dozen of those up in 30 minutes, and you'll have a great new pocket to work with, and you got a great idea there to carry you forward in some other things. So I hope that will be very fun and very useful for you to use, and that you'll be inspired by that, and you'll take some of your supplies that you haven't used in a while, and you will be good to go. So I appreciate you watching, and I will just look to see you at the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye.